Got an interesting and very common question from a subscriber, so I decided to answer in a video. Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to GNOZZI'S TV. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugin special discounts and offers, and of course, if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a GNOZZI'S TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses, start to finish on many different genres, mastering courses, and a lot more. Let's get to the question. All right, the question is, hi David, I've been wondering what is the best way to get my first clients. I've been mixing and mastering my own music for about 6 years now, and I have grown really passionate about mixing, so much that I would love a career as a mix engineer. What are your suggestions for getting clients? I can't count how many times I get this question. And I replied to something like this in previous Q&As, and I think made at least a couple of career advices on how to get clients. But of course, this is the million-dollar question, and there's no one answer. And even if I give you a list of advices and things to do to try to get clients, those might not work for you because it very much depends what kind of clients do you want to work with, what bracket of the market you want to place yourself. It depends where you live, what the music scene is in the place where you live. It depends on your skills, it depends on your marketing skills, it depends on so many things. But disclaimer, in this video, I'm gonna be a little harder than I have been on the subject in previous videos. So some people might be offended and some people might take this video not the right way. I'm just trying to help, and if you're easily offended, maybe you want to skip this video. And this is in no way an attack to the subscriber who made the comment, which actually is a member, so thank you for being a member. It's really me trying to help and trying to objectively analyze the matter. We start with the elephant in the room, which is demand versus supply, all right? Today, there's so much offering for mixing and mastering services because everyone with a laptop, with a computer, who've been mixing either for 6 months or 6 years, try to sell mixing and mastering services. And we've seen in the past people taking pictures in other people's studio or literally stealing from the internet and just opening a website and try to make it look like, you know, they work there or they have all that gear when they don't. Even though those people probably are the one that say analog is not needed, they still want to put in the picture, but I digress. So I'm about to be very provocative here, but this is the real world of professionals. You want clients and you've been mixing your own stuff. Let's put this aside, we'll use it later, for X amount of years, okay? I'm a potential client. Why should I mix or master with you? What makes you special? Why you and not the next guy? 70, 80% of the people, when you ask this question, they just go, like this. And half of those people will say, well, I'm just starting because I'm just starting, I'm cheap. I'm cheaper than the rest. And I spoke about this and lowballing yourself in the previous videos about how to get clients. So that's mistake number one. Of course, everybody has to start somewhere, and you can't charge $2,000 for a mix when you're nobody. Nobody's gonna give it to you. But your selling point, it can't be that you're cheap or cheaper. Let's transfer this to any other business, okay? You go buy, let's say, a TV, and you have 3 choices, right? You don't know the difference, so you ask the guy at the shop, what's the difference? And he will tell you, well, that is $2,000. It's the best TV that we have. Amazing image, great sound, all the connection, a ton of features, okay? Second one is a little cheaper, still good, but the colors are not that great, the sound is not that great, but you save some money. The third one is like the budget TV that we have, is like the cheapest that we have. And he probably won't add anything else, because if he had to add something, it will tell you, well, the image kind of sucks, the sound kind of sucks, and you know, sometimes they break. Now, usually when someone spend money and they care about what they're buying, whether it's an item or a service, they very rarely will go with the cheapest version unless there's a specific scenario, which I'll talk in a minute, because they know it kind of sucks. So again, everybody starts from somewhere and you can't shoot crazy prices. So your selling point can't be that. Your selling point is you need to have, you don't need to fake it, you can't fake it. You need to have something special. And then on top of that, you can be smart and sell your low price as a bonus. You need to give a reason as to why your price is lower. Because if you don't add anything else, you are the third TV and almost nobody's gonna buy the third TV. Almost nobody. It depends, again, on the context and why you want to buy the service or the item. If I go buy a TV because I need to put it in my office where I do my business, in my conference room where my potential clients sit around a table and look at that TV, and on that TV I do my presentations, my infographics, my everything, that's what they're looking at. It's my business card. I'm never going to buy the cheapest version. I'm gonna get the best that I can because my business, my investments also depend on that. And the presentation, how you present yourself, how you present things, the environment your clients are, matters big time. If I want a TV to put in my living room for my own pleasure and watch movies, maybe I'll go with the middle one, unless movies are my absolute passion and that's just where I want to spend my money. If instead I want to put a TV in my garage to just have something in the background while I'm working on my car, I will go with the cheapest. Why? Because I don't care. I don't care. So this is to say, that's the kind of clients that you're gonna get if your selling point is I'm cheaper. You're gonna get clients that they just don't care. They want someone to do the work for them at the least amount of money, and that's it. And those are probably the clients that will ask you for 25 revisions, by the way. Other than the advices that I gave in the other videos, so network, go where there's a healthy music scene, travel if you have to, make connections, but most important, you have to have a portfolio. Now, mixing your own music, it's not enough. It is not enough. That's your music. That's your style. You did everything. You had no deadlines because it's you. You are the only one that had to approve the mix and the master. So you have zero experience. Mixing your own music does not translate in dealing with clients, not one bit. Some technical aspects of it because you practice, all right? But it's a whole different ball game when there's 5 people that have to approve a mix or a master or more. But it's not as easy as, hey, I mixed my stuff for 5 years and now I'm ready. It's a little bit like if you wanted to be a mechanic, but you only know how to change tires. This is a very accurate parallel between mixing your own stuff for X amount of years and actually working with clients. You never had a bunch of people that had to approve your mix, a bunch of people that probably have an investment in their music. They have their promotion for playlists, they have radio promotion, they have a tour, they have sales, like real musicians. You know how a lot of people out there still say, oh, the difference doesn't matter. And it's not just analog versus digital, like, oh, you can do everything with stock plugin. Oh, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, you don't need to do gain staging, you don't need to have analog, you don't need to have speakers, you don't need to have everything, you know. Details don't count. Nobody, the listeners is not gonna know, is not gonna notice, all right? Maybe, which is not true, but let's assume maybe the listeners don't notice, which they do. Who's paying the engineer? I promise you, at a professional level, they notice every single detail, even more than you notice. And of course, there's taste and how each engineer interpret the music. Because at a certain level, it's hard to understand who's got better skills. When we talk about like great engineers, you can't say really who's better. It's pretty much a matter of taste at that point and how an engineer interpret what the artist wants. So there's a big psychological factor in being able to understand what the artist, the potential client wants, how to respect their vision while adding whatever it is that you have special. That's why they call you, without stomping on their vision. Practically what to do to just try to get more client. I'll link my old videos here and in the info box down below, but ask yourself the questions. What makes me special? Why me and not someone else? Until you have a strong answer to this and a very convincing argument as for why someone should choose you versus someone else, most likely you're not gonna find clients. And also for whoever is gonna try to start a career, keep in mind that it's not easy, especially at this time. A lot of it is who's in is in and who's out is out, with exceptions of course, but it's not easy. Anyway, this is the video. I hope it helped you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you learned from the channel, please consider using the super thanks and support MixBus TV. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so